What is quiet quitting? Have you heard the term quiet quitting and wondered what this means or what this is all about? Are you a quiet quitter but didn't realise it? Well, in today's video, I'm going to tell you all about it. Welcome back to my channel. For those that are new to my channel, I'm Christian Payne, a recruiter and entrepreneur, and I talk about all things talent. Today, I am going to demystify what is quiet quitting, whether this is an employee or management problem, and then I'll share my 5 tips on how an employer can prevent quiet quitting. So, stay tuned to the end. So, what is quiet quitting, and where did this start? This first came to prominence via TikTok, a simple TikTok video essentially saying this.
I recently learned about this term called quiet quitting, where you're not outright quitting your job, but you're quitting the idea of going above and beyond. You're still performing your duties, but you're no longer subscribing to the hustle culture mentality that work has to be your life.
And that's where it all started. That video has reached over 3.5 million views. TikTok videos about quiet quitting took off. The news then spread globally. That's the power of social media today. This got so much traction and awareness because it was so relatable. This trend caught on and gave so many others the platform to voice their similar experiences. Now we have a new term to collectively use, quiet quitting. So, is it simply disengagement? Yes, employees becoming disengaged from their work duties. Is quiet quitting an employee problem or a management problem? Well, it's actually both. However, the primary root cause must be down to the manager. Employees don't just choose to become demotivated. It's not a choice. Motivation is lost for a variety of reasons. This could be misaligned goals and expectations, poor management, poor working conditions, poor salary, and so on. If the employer and manager has got all of these fundamentals in place, then there is a lower risk for unhappy employees, and thus lower risk for quiet quitting. As an employer, you need to create an environment where people are valued and respected. Get this right. Watch your team's motivation grow. The problem could of course stem from the employee side. If they are simply disengaged from work despite having good work conditions and good leadership, both employer and employee need to do their part to form a good working relationship. The employee owns their own job satisfaction and should speak up if they're not happy. My advice to employees is to try and have the confidence to speak up. Empower yourself to try and make the changes rather than be silent and quiet quit. So, I would say quiet quitting sits with both manager and employee. But primarily, the employer must provide the right work conditions and leadership direction. But how exactly do they do this? I will tell you now. 5 ways to prevent quiet quitting. Employee expectations need to be clear. Managers need to share exactly what they expect of their team. Be aligned from the beginning. Be clear about the role and the responsibilities and what success should look like. What do you want to achieve in week 1, month 1, and beyond? Be upfront about the role growth too. What is the clear path for promotion? And not the old school way of having to put in crazy hours and being as visible as possible. Check in often. A manager should be checking in with their employees often. How often? As often as needed. It could be weekly, fortnightly. It's all depending on the cadence and frequency and change within the business. With a regular opportunity and forum to communicate openly, this allows expectation alignment both ways. By spending regular time with your team, you can capture any warning signs early. If their workload is mounting and they don't have the tools or information to move forward, then you can solve this. Overtime should not be the norm. Yes, there are times when employers will want employees to go the extra mile when it's really needed. However, this cannot be all the time. Employees can say if they have the capacity or not. Do not drive your teams to be going above and beyond too often. Do not burn them out. If they do a lot of overtime, then reward them. Employee recognition. As an employer and leader, you should be recognizing your employees' efforts and achievements. Make it known to them that you are happy with their contribution. Explain to them the difference that they have made. You can do this in person with them and publicly in a team meeting, if that's okay with them. Set the example yourself. As a leader, be the example by not calling upon your team out of hours, or at least not too often. Set the firm boundaries of work and free time. Allow your team to use their free time as they wish. Can that work request wait to Monday morning? Yes, it probably can. So by all means, write that email, but set the delivery to Monday. Here in Denmark, it is very important to be respectful of employees' free time, and we really try to respect this. Here we have a culture of a 37-hour work week and to use time with your family, your friends, or whatever you want to use your time on. This work-life balance is a known contributing factor as to why Denmark is rated one of the happiest nations in the world. People are happy. Now, what is my view of quiet quitting? This is not a new problem. It's a problem that's always existed. It's just a new trending name that has now created awareness. I personally don't like the term quiet quitting. It does not really say what is actually going on. It's simply where employees are unhappy and less motivated. They just want to work the bare minimum. It's where employee could be ready to quit and will probably quit if pushed further, or if they're offered another role elsewhere. But what I do like about this trend is that it's all bringing fresh awareness to how employers need to communicate better and treat their staff. We need to look after our employees, create a great culture, prevent burnout, maintain great engagement and well-being. This is about managing a new generation differently. We are now in a world and era where good working conditions and leadership matter more than ever. This includes flexible workplaces, remote working options, having a diverse workforce, and providing a learning culture. In today's world, employee engagement and happiness in the workplace is far different to how it was 20 years ago. So, that's quiet quitting. I hope I've clarified what it means and what employers and employees can do to help prevent it. It's about great culture, great leadership, two-way communication regularly, speak before it gets to the stage of disengagement. If you got value from this video, then please do subscribe to my channel, where I post weekly on the hot topics within recruitment and talent acquisition. Stick around for this next video, which is your ideal guide on how to write the perfect job ad. See you there shortly.